The Iran-Israel war, with America entering into it, will it have an impact on the politics of India? Now, many would say, why should it? I mean, at the most it can have, as far as our trade is concerned, as far as our oil procurement is concerned, because both Israel, Iran and America are far, far away. Unfortunately, things and politics does not work out in such a manner. The fact is that what is happening there is already begun to have its rumbling as far as the political situation in our country is concerned. But first and foremost, we are also talking in the backdrop of Sonia Gandhi's recent article in a national daily. Hello and welcome to yet another episode of One Take with me. And this time round, we are going to be precisely focusing on the Israel-Iran war and its impact on the Indian politics. And of course, round up by asking you, our viewers, this question, that should it really have an impact? I know we cannot afford to be completely insulated, but that is largely about the economy. But should it lead to a tutu meme between the BJP and the Congress? Well, it already has. Now, a few days back, we saw this entire campaign which was run by the Congress, which talked about Narendra has surrendered. There were memes, there were campaigns, there were animation films which were made out, and the lead was of course taken by Rahul Gandhi himself.
उधर से ट्रंप ने एक इशारा किया, फोन उठाया, कहा मोदी जी क्या कर रहे हो? नरेंद्र सरेंडर, और जी हजूर करके नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने ट्रंप के इशारे का पालन किया.
Interestingly, he did it in Bihar, which is the first state which is going to go to polls this year. It's the poll-bound state. But it was not an off-the-cuff moment. There was a planned strategy behind it. In the same context, Sonia Gandhi's article in The Hindu also reflects this planned strategy of the Congress. So before we talk about why is it creating a rumble, very quickly, the perception which the Congress party is sending out about the Prime Minister and the BJP is that the Modi government is clearly taking sides. It has scant regard for the people who are dying in Gaza, the women, the children, and also in Iran. Hospitals being bombed, schools and colleges being attacked, little small innocent children, pregnant women being raped and also being killed. And the common factor, according to the Congress party, in both Gaza and Iran happens to be Israel. Here, Israel is being depicted as a country which is lethal, which has scant regard for the people, and someone on whom the government is not talking about. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra carrying that bag, supporting the cause of Palestine, and very strong article she came out and a tweet against the government when we abstain from a vote over the Iran issue. Also asking this question is that why is it that India has lost its voice? Why is it that India abstained and did not condemn Israel? Why have India and government picked a side and this side happens to be Israel? And that is because India has decided to go and side with the European countries, but more importantly America, and therefore it explains its stand as far as Israel vis-a-vis Gaza, Israel vis-a-vis Iran is concerned. This loss of voice narrative was something which was pushed by Sonia Gandhi in the article. It goes bit by bit. It goes through Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, most of the Congress leaders, and finally ends up with Sonia Gandhi herself, who has been the UPA chairperson. She's someone who is the old world politician, also someone who's deeply respected as far as the India bloc allies are concerned. So is that the intention, that she gives a cue to the India bloc parties that come join us in our narrative against the Modi government of it having surrendered? Narendra has surrendered. Projecting the Prime Minister as being weak, projecting the Prime Minister as someone who is not standing up for the voiceless. The government has lost its voice. That's exactly the point which Sonia Gandhi raised. And the reason the government has lost its voice and is not condemning Israel openly is because the Modi government is pandering and pampering Donald Trump and American and European countries and Israel because they are a friend of America. That is the big campaign which is being run by the Congress. In fact, what Congress sources tell me is that in the run-up to the Bihar elections and even beyond that, The calculation of the Congress party is to do to the Prime Minister Modi what they felt was done to Dr. Manmohan Singh. In 2014, the Modi government came to power on the pitch of Dr. Manmohan Singh being a weak Prime Minister who could not stand up to the powers that be. That's the same plan that they have against the Prime Minister. His 56-inch ki chhati image, which is taunted and mentioned by the Congress party, projecting him as someone who's not really a Vishwa Guru, someone who has taken a side in favor of Israel and not standing up for those who are downtrodden, who are being victimized. It's a heartless, cruel Modi government, if I'm going to use the words of the Congress spokesperson. That's one point. The second, let's not forget the Muslim vote bank. It's more than 26% of Muslims in our country. In Bihar alone, they account for 17%. But over a period of time, the Congress party's vacillation between Hindutva and the minority vote has led to a situation where many of the Muslim voters have decided to shift away and look for alternatives. And those alternatives has been, say, for example, the RJD, the Trinamool Congress or the Samajwadi Party. The Congress now was calculating the Dalits, the backward votes, plus the Muslim vote, and this is something which should make them comfortable whenever the next Lok Sabha elections or the other elections are coming up. So when Sonia Gandhi took a side in her article and only spoke for Iran and against Israel, she was very clearly again taking a side. She was doing what she was accusing the Modi government of. It is not that hospitals in Israel have not been bombed. It is not that young children have not been targeted. That is what the critics of the Congress party are raising. So why is Sonia Gandhi also picking sides? And that is because she clearly is wooing the Muslim vote bank, the Sunnis, the Shias, that majority vote bank, because she is trying to send out a subtle message to the Muslims that the Congress party, by standing with Iran, is actually speaking for you. And you are safe with us. Neither the Samajwadi Party nor the RJD, the TMC, they too are silent. Of course, Sonia Gandhi is not going to be attacking them. The Congress is not going to be criticizing them. But if they are silent, then they are not really caring for you. So there are two platforms on which the Congress party's narrative is pushing. One, project Modi government as siding with the Americans, the Europeans, and hence Israel, and not bother about Iran. And second, catering to its minority Muslim vote bank. The BJP is being very nuanced and careful because they are the ones who have to run the government, and they are the ones who also don't want to come across as either bashing only Iran or Israel or both of them. The Prime Minister spoke to the Iran counterpart, precisely sending out a message that India also stands with you. There are strategic geopolitical reasons why India cannot afford to take a complete stand as far as that area is concerned. But this silence or reticence of the Modi government is giving the Congress party an issue, a twin issue on the platter. And in the days to come, you're going to hear voices. They've already begun where the Congress party is asking, for example, Pramod Tiwari is asking, why is it that the Prime Minister is not calling up Israel and telling them, please stop this violence against Iran? And that is why I round up by asking you this question is, why does Israel-Iran war create a war between the BJP and the Congress? Because politics cannot be far behind. And when the elections round the corner, no one is going to give up. And therefore, Israel is going to loom large as far as the political battlefield between the Congress and the BJP is concerned. Thank you so much for watching, and do give in your responses on the social media timeline once again.